There's so many elements working in the ocean at the same time when you're surfing. It's truly a here and now experience. You must be in the moment. You got to be thinking of what's happening right now. You can't think about yesterday or what's after work or any of that. It has to be here and now. And the medium, it's probably one of the most minimalist mediums we can use to actually experience nature's energy.
My name's Bruce. I grew up probably about 11 miles from the beach, but growing up it felt like it was a lot further. I was probably in about 5th grade when I was trying to get my brother to take me to the beach. He's like, I'm not going to take you to the beach anymore, bro. I'm like, why? He goes, because you boogie board.
And so I was a junior in high school. I took a trip out to Hawaii, took a bunch of lumps, got vibed by a bunch of locals. Kind of got the whole hang of the whole surf culture from there. Got kind of bit with the bug pretty hard. Moved to San Diego when I was 18, and the rest is kind of history from there.
My name's Roy. I grew up in New Jersey on the East Coast. I started surfing a place called Casino Pier. It's in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, and it's a beach break, real friendly, cold winters, hot summers.
I guess I started surfing here, and I guess maybe the second major influx or third major influx of surf generations after the original founders, perhaps, in the 30s. Up through the 50s when it was still a very pocket small community. You knew everybody that surfed up and down the coast. 60s, Gidget era comes. We have a mass influx of media and popular surfing culture. And then throughout the 70s and 80s, it comes into some drugs and some locals.
It was a very hardcore vibe out there at the beach. You know, there was a lot of different people. Post-Vietnam, era surfing was new. People looked at it as kind of like a renegade thing. Parents weren't too excited about kids that were skateboarding and surfing, and so it was like this new thing. And the beach was actually kind of a dangerous place when I was a kid.
I almost drowned at Scripps once. Yeah, it was in and out barrels all day long. I mean, 4-hour session of just complete shacks. It was just cartoon book. It was ridiculous. It was so perfect. So perfect. And the last wave, I was so tired. I'm like, oh, just get one more. And I got a wave, and I got all shacked coming out of the barrel. The lip hit my board, snapped my board in half, and I was so out of energy, I couldn't lift my legs. And I was just getting washed around in the soup. Only time in my life I ever called for a lifeguard of 17 to 42, whatever that is, 30, 25 years serving. No lifeguard came. I was like, oh, crap, I'm just going to die. And luckily, I felt my feet hit something. It was the bottom. I was like, oh, that's the bottom. Whew, up for the air, and I managed to grab part of my board and washed into the shore. But
when I was about 19 years old, I lost my board on a big wave there. Dropped in, board snapped in half, leash broke, and I was stuck swimming like a mile off the coast.
One of the worst ones was a few winters ago. We had a huge day. I took probably about 25 to 30 waves on the head. I was stuck on the inside because I took a left in the wrong part of the cove, and it's where all the waves are broken. And the intervals were so close together, meaning the distance between each set of waves, I thought I was going to drown.
Getting barreled, that's everybody's dream as a surfer, just to get the biggest, longest, deepest barrel you could get.
So I paddled in, took it way late. It was really steep on the takeoff. Just grabbed my right hand on the rail, had the left hand in the water, little drop knee position that all surfers know. And it was probably the longest barrel I ever had.
It's very addicting, being barreled. It's sort of like, once you get it, you can never get enough. And you just want to go bigger and, just get as deep in that barrel as you possibly can and still try to make it out for that,
And then when you do finally get, shot out, you've literally, it's like being exhumed out of this place. You come flying out, and it's it's probably, in a Carl Jung collective conscious way, it's the idea of being born. You're going through, and you're in water, and you're in this dark thing, and then you come flying out into the end of life again.
you need to be in the here and now, and you need to really pay attention on what's happening before you. And that's a wonderful escape spiritually and recreationally for many surfers. I think it's a big part of the allure and why people get refreshed when they come out of the water, because they haven't been thinking about all the other junk on land. They've been thinking about riding waves, and that's a good escape.